Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. There is no hell. Do you believe there's hell? I'm not here to change anybody's religious beliefs. This is just an, let's just say, mind-expanding, spiritually expanding video. What if everything is being created by you, including hell, and that the only reason hell would exist for you is because you believe it does? And the only reason you would go to hell is because you believe you deserve to, or that you haven't been a good person. So I'm going to ask you a question right now. If that really hits you like, oh, that is so wrong. Where did you learn that there was hell? Who told you there was hell? Where did you get your thinking and your learning? Probably the church, your family, wherever. Somebody else told you that there was. Why is that correct? Now we know we live in a matrix that's been controlling us, and creating hell would absolutely be a great control tactic. Do you really believe that an all-loving, all-powerful, creative God that really judges nothing, loves us unconditionally, would allow you to come to a planet like this that in itself can be hell, to challenge you, and that if you don't get it perfect, you get cast off into some fire pit? You're creating everything. Now, have you ever noticed there are very few people that have, death experiences that say they went to hell? Even Alexander, who is a Harvard, I think, physician, brain surgeon, I think he was, died, and he was in a coma, left his body, and experienced heaven. But before he did, he was an atheist. Coffee time. Before he did that, he was in what he calls like this brown jello. Just this horrible nothingness. Not hell, but you might liken it to a hell. Faces would appear and go back in, and faces would appear and go back in. Now that could have been one of two things. He was in a deep, deep coma and his brain was not functioning anymore at all. So maybe some part of his consciousness was aware of people coming in the room, and he was, had no function. So maybe a part of that was what was left that could possibly create any kind of, material existence within his brain. I don't believe that. I believe that he was out of his body, and that because of his beliefs that there was nothing to go to. And so he was in the brown nothingness that he said seemed like an eternity. He felt like he was there forever until a light came down and pulled him out. In other words, enough. And that the higher self of which you are gets to come out of that. You are a part of that. So nothing is completely separate going in and saving you. You absolutely have to accept it. So even if something comes and pulls you out, you have to accept it in order to participate in that on some level, with a belief, with a desire. Why is going to hell, that belief, any more valid than there is no hell? Now we know we create everything. We're co-creators. When we say co, it's like we are just one thing. So there's no second thing to co-create with. We are just one thing. You are an expression of the one. Every thought is absolutely shifting you into another reality. You get endless probabilities exist for you, so your one thought is changing your life. I don't know why anybody holds back on doing anything in their lives. I have internet marketing. If you guys have seen, it's down in here. You get a free workshop if you sign up for it. And I wonder why people are so hesitant to try something that could change their lives. We are so stuck in this matrix that tells us that we should be a certain thing, and none of it's making us happy. We're told that we have to be good and tithe or we're going to go to hell. That's not a reason we should give to others. We should always just be loving, giving people. And we don't have those answers. I don't believe there's a hell. I think that hell exists for those who believe it, and that you will create that. And if you believe that that's where you're going, you will go there for a period of time. Nobody ever stays in the darkness for long, although it seem like it. This is as close to hell as you're going to get here on this planet. It really is. What planet could you live on where you have to lock your doors because you're fearful that others, of which you share, you are, would want to come in and harm you or take things? Or we would allow children and families to starve? That we would put our needs before others and grovel and use greed and all kinds of tactics to get stuff because we think it's going to make us happy. No fault of ours. We've been trained to be like that. What world that has limited abundance would allow anybody to suffer? Now, remember, some of these people are experiencing, well, all of them are experiencing their own path, their own journey, and some of that is for them to maybe experience what they didn't assist in a last lifetime. You know, maybe they were the wealthy person that didn't assist others, and now they're going to know what it's like to have nothing. There are many, many lessons in there. Don't discount any of that suffering and abuse. There's a history with that person that you don't know about, and a trading of roles and a play that's going on here that's very important. But in every single scenario, you are allowed a chance to play a role in a positive way. So even if something's going on that's negative and it is their roles, there's always an opportunity for an outsider to be a hero, not to interfere with their choices. So this is what I want you guys to understand when I talk about not interfering with people and their own decisions. I'm talking about their free will versus what you think they should be doing. And then, so you're stepping in because you want to save them and they don't want it. Right? They don't want to hear this or that, and you're shoving your stuff on them. Or you see some abuse. Somebody was saying her 80-some-year-old mother was not being treated well by her sister. She's in another country and there's not much she can do. A neighbor told her about this. She can step in and put a stop to it. Because somebody told her, well, she chose this is her path. No, she may have chosen it, and this scenario exists so that you can step in and do the difficult thing of saying this will end, abuse will end. That is when we become key players in these negative situations. All right? Is somebody hurting an animal or a child? You step in. You step in. Somebody wrote me, what do you think about it? I want to win the lottery. It's designated for, Jude's hospital. I said, what's stopping you from doing that now? That's a load of crap. We all know it. That is the excuse that there has to be something else out there that happens for me to be useful and to make a difference on this planet. If you love Jude's hospital and you love it, the cause, and you want to give them money, go raise the money. Put something together. Raise money from people who do have it. That's easy enough. But that would take effort, and you'd have to go on a journey. And we don't want to do that. We want to win the lottery and write a check. This is your journey. You have to step in and be the hero. You have to do some things that aren't a lot of fun. I do them every day. Today I'm going to have to do a lot of stuff that I'm not that excited about, but I'm going to get it done. And I'm going to keep moving forward and higher into what I can do while I'm here with the short time I'm on here. People tell me, oh, I want to write a book. I'm like, well, then do it. Why are you holding back? And we have all these silly things in our mind, and they are silly because we have no proof that hell exists other than you've been told, and they've been told, and they've been told. But you believe because all these people have believed this stuff, that makes it true. This is what we're here to break through, are the beliefs that aren't true, that we've created, and we get to choose independently if that's our existence or not, if that's our reality. If you take my e-course, that's down here in the description too, and you can sign up here with the little thing that comes up. If you take my e-course, we take you through that. We shake up everything and say, do you still believe this? Is this serving you well? And what if you believed something else that you now choose, that you like, that you prefer to believe? How do you feel? And how's that changing your reality? It will. It has to. There is no hell. And if you believe there is, okay, maybe you'll visit there. I'm not going to. There isn't. There isn't hell. There's nothing but love and light and schooling. There are classes over there. Oh, there are definitely classes over there. We continue to learn and review what we did here. Be your best here. You don't have a lot of time here. You have an unbelievable opportunity in the most challenging planet in the universe. I do believe it is. There are other things going on other planets, but they're not like this. We're turning on each other. We are our worst enemy. Within ourselves, we fight our own diversity, which should be celebrated. We don't like anything that's different. We'll argue our points. We argue our religions. There's no respect. We don't respect each other. We have to shove our religion down other people's throats. What if you opened up your mind and said, what if? What if? You can share whatever you believe is true, but you don't have to get into a debate with anybody. Go in with a positive attitude. Respect each other's opinions and thoughts, because guess what? It's true for them, and yours is true for you. What is there to debate? So maybe today you'll open up your mind and say, what if there's no hell? What if it's been a control tactic? What if it's to keep us in fear? And you know me, this whole channel's Breakthrough Fear. Look at it and understand what it is. Fear should never be a part of your life. If it's fear-based, it's not. It is not of the one. It is an expression of it that you're believing. Ultimate, the one, you would never fear anything, including hell. You can create heaven on earth. You can create your own amazing reality here. And you can move on when you leave here to something that's beyond our comprehension. And that, my friend, is my truth. If you'd like to join me in it, it's a pretty happy place to be. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.